Hey class, so in our last video we talked about measuring distances and how that creates new layers. And the unfortunate part of creating new layers is now you may want to run statistics from a bunch of different fields and they're located in several different locations. So it's not very convenient. So what we can do with QGIS is have it convert all of your data, whichever columns of data you want to import into a fewer set of data sets. So hey class, so we're going to pick up where we left off last time. So you learned how to have QGIS measure the distance between, say, a point and a closest shapefile. Hey class, today we're going to pick up where we left off last time. So last time I had you use QGIS to measure the distance between one layer that held our points or our locations and another layer such as the closest road or closest agricultural field. The problem with that is as you have QGIS make those measurements, it's creating to a new shapefile or a new data set. And it would be a lot more convenient when we're running our analysis to have all the data in one data frame or data set. So with spatial analysis such as QGIS or ArcGIS, this is called joining fields from an attribute table. So let me give you an example going back to our last one. So let's add in our layers. Let's add in our vector layers of our distances. So we had QGIS measure the distance between lights out of University of Maryland and just those ag fields. So we'll click on that shapefile that you already created, hit open and add. Then we're going to navigate also to the distances we created between lights out and the closest road. So we'll go to that shapefile and hit open and add. So we look through these. So let's open attribute table and we see the date, latitude, longitude, the building number, the species of bird. We have some roads information, and then we have distance to the closest road. Then with our NLCD distances attribute table, we again see date, latitude, longitude, building name, bird species, but now we see distance to closest, in this case, agricultural field. So the names of these may not be that intuitive to you, so you can certainly change the names. So let's do that to begin with, because we have two files with two separate distances, and we want to rename those fields. So let's right click, go to properties, and we want to find our, not labels, we want to find the fields. So these are the titles of the fields. So let's go to this edit feature, double click on distance, and we're going to call it D underscore, this is the ag field. So D underscore ag, and we'll hit enter. We'll close this. Now let's right click on our roads, go to properties, and again, that fields section, the edit section, and here we have distance. Let's call this D underscore roads and enter. So now when we merge our fields, it will make a lot more sense. So to merge our attribute fields, let's type in the word. So join attribute. And remember, these are all vectors, so we can join attributes by field value. That's always great when each one of your observations has a unique ID number associated with it. Sometimes this is called FID or federal ID number. But when we look back at our original data set, it did not come with a unique ID number. So what's nice about QGIS is we can join attributes by location. So we will double click on that. For our base layer, we'll say we want to start with our NLCD and we want to join to the roads layer. where the geometric is equal. We want to set that to equal, and fields to add. We're going to go to the 3 dots. Let's say we want to add distance to road and a few other fields. So really whichever fields you're interested in. And we'll hit OK. And then where are we going to save it? This, instead of a temporary layer, let's save to file. Let's keep in our distances folder that we created. I'll back up one more. So within our ENST 456, we made a distances folder. And now we're going to join them. So I'm going to say D underscore ag underscore roads underscore join. And I'll hit save and run. And this has created a new layer where we combined the data of these two. Let's look at the attribute table. So we have our date, latitude, longitude, the building name, the bird species, and then we have distance to ag in this field, and we have distance to road in this field. So this is very nice to have the data we're interested all in one attribute table, so then we can run through our statistics using one data set. So I hope you found that helpful.